Hey there, time for a new design, shoe design, I mean. And it's going to be so different from everything that's out there. And we're going to do it with Zellerfeld again. So first of all, let's go back to the Zellerfeld website, which is looking really good. Looks like they did an upgrade, change. Feels really nice right now. So where do we go from here? So from here, we go to these 4 dots. And then in Learn, you go to Submit a Design. And after submit a design, you go to guidelines. So I already opened guidelines, which is here. I'm looking for template files. I'm a big fan of, and I'm convinced by now that barefoot is the way. Every other way is just bad for your feet. So I'm going to choose the barefoot last. All right, so we get this. So you click there on where's the template files, and then it takes you here. And then we're going to click on the barefoot, download. That takes a little bit. Once we get the download of the barefoot, we're going to start. The programs that we're using today are always the same that I use. Moto and Rhino. And maybe, sometimes I use ZBrush. I don't even have it over here, but I have it somewhere. For now, Rhino and Moto. All right, so this is going to be fun. So let's do it all together, the whole thing, like from beginning to end. All right, so I got my Rhino. Just so you know, I use millimeters, and so the template is in millimeters. So like one of these boxes is 1 centimeter. Oh yeah, just type line, click here, and then it's 1 cm. The beauty about Rhino is that you can be in space and you can type. Look at this, you can type. It's amazing for this type of stuff. You can type 1 centimeter, boom. You can type. You can switch between feet and centimeters and meters, and within the same scene, you can just type like 2 feet, boom. That's 2 feet. So I love it for that because I could care less what we're using, but I mean, gotta use something, right, to measure things. And I like to switch back and forth. I mean, look, I'm all for the metric system. I think the other system is total nonsense, but I mean, this is the world we live in, so again, I don't care as long as the program understands what's going on. It's all good. All right, so let's go back to see if that downloaded. Where I've downloads here. Okay, so it did download. So let me go to the folder and just close everything else because it's distracting. All right, so extract all here, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is on a Mac, I don't know. I haven't used a Mac in a while. Once this laptop breaks, though, I'm switching back to Mac. I know it's overpriced, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to be getting a new one. Like, I'll just get a used one so I can get a decent price, not insane. Okay, well, let's see. I love the simplicity and how Macs operate. I love it. All right, now, so let's see here. So we got all these rules, overhand, blah, 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 blah. So let's just bring everything in. So license, I don't care about that. Template, files, Blender. Yeah, I'm not using Blender, so I delete that. Barefoot, last, STP, low poly OBJ. So I just care for the low poly OBJ, but we have everything in STL. So this STP is irrelevant for me. STP is irrelevant for me. Oh, nerdy rapping. Okay, it's always the best. All right, let's just go to Rhino. Where you at, Rhino? Okay, boom. So back here in Rhino. And then take these things in one by one. Okay, so I like to move it. I'm just kidding. I like to. Sometimes Rhino is. It froze. Okay, so while Rhino does this thing over there, let's quick look at these things. So this is just a plane. All right, so I like to keep things, layered and named exactly the same. So I'm just gonna go here and Rhino, get type purge, and it deletes all the other files, all these other layers. Okay, so boom, done. Now the first default, I like to leave that because I want to have an empty layer. Just gonna click new layer. I'm gonna come here, barefoot reference. I'm gonna click that, copy that bad boy, paste it here. Boom. And then I'm gonna bring this in here. Like this. Now, I don't want to open it, I just want to import it. So import, and then yeah, leave that alone. Millimeters. Okay, done. Okay, so that's there. Some kind of plane for some reason. All right. Just gonna go to shaded mode. Then we got reference, though, copy, come back here, new layer, boom, bring that in like that. Okay, okay. And this one, copy. Yeah, it's a little robotic, annoying work, but what can you do? Let's see, put that there. So we're number 3. I just like to stay organized. Okay, and then we go to the now 2, 3, 4, number 4 thing. Copy. Like, I don't pay too much attention to what these things are, but since we need to use them, I just like throw them in here. Because I don't like to think about these things. I like to just dream about my design. And these things are kind of, can you just take care of your own, can you take care of yourselves, you things? All right. So we got the last there. Put this here. Okay. 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 So yeah, I know what that is. That's the thickness on the bottom. And then, because when you have it like this, then you can turn the layers on and off. You know where everything is. That's why it's nice to have them all here. Let me just move this so we can see the whole name. Okay. So we're here. Ankle height. Put that there. Okay. Okay. And I'll make this file available to you in Rhino, so you don't have to do this again. And you can download it for free, of course. So I'm gonna charge you for nonsense. Okay, let's see. New layer. Put that there. Okay. So that's the last high poly. This is the offset of the last, and then I want the low poly too. Everything. Take this, and yeah, put it here. You can see I'm already getting bored. All right, let's see. Because this in Rhino you can turn it automatically. Okay, so this is important because map obj y to z. Usually obj z angle is the y in most programs. So but Rhino is z. So you'll see what I mean when you do it. It's annoying. It's just like, can these programs get along? Just pick one and use one. I don't care what you guys use. Just like use one. It quit being annoying, but they are annoying. So you just work around these nonsense things. Okay, so so we brought everything in. We're done with this. So we just totally close that. Come back here now. All right. So here we are. So I mostly organize everything in Rhino, and then I go back and forth in Modo if I have to. Sometimes I don't have to, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to. Let's see. So just gonna just in case I don't have any duplicates, let me just say select duplicates, which is self dupe. No, select. Yeah, self dupe. Okay, no duplicates. Okay, so we're good. So we don't want two things of the same. Okay, so let's see here now. Okay, let me just save this file, save as. Okay, so for now, just on the desktop. Don't know what I'm going to call it yet. So I'm just going to leave it on untitled. I'll think about that later. But I know what I want to design. I want to design some shoes that are mostly outsoles, and the rest is cord on top. I know Zellerfeld doesn't make cord, but you can just buy cord and weave it around. So, and you can do all sorts of stuff with cord and because I want this to be like this. I want to have like all the different outsoles, and then people can have all sorts of ideas for the upper with cording, and then they can because I want people to not just like buy these things. I want people to buy them and then sell them for themselves because I want people to make money. I don't care about you know, just making money for myself. And then I want everyone who knows me to make money, like with what they love. Like literally, everywhere I go, I want just like spread it, spread it, spread it, spread it. Because I want people to be free. Because being free is the best feeling in the world. As free as you can. You can never be too free because you still got to pay taxes. That's like shackles. But you know, it's more free than being in a corporate, you know, working for someone else. It's way freer than that. So like, let's just say that. Let's just be masters of their own destiny, especially for creative types. So creative types, I know you guys, designers, feel the same. We don't want to hear, we don't want to listen to anyone. We just want to do our own thing. So that's the best. I know how it is. Like you, like it kills you. Like to listen to someone else tell you what to do, it kills you. And just having to do that for money, it double kills you. So let's free your ass. All right. So default layer is empty. For now, all we're concerned with is this barefoot last low poly. So everything else can just turn off. Off, 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 off. Did these things not go in their own layers? Might have not. Annoying. Oh yeah, they didn't. Ah, shit. No. Okay, but I know what they mean. Okay, so let's see. Let me turn them all on. Okay, so reference overhang. What you know what I'm gonna do, because I don't care what these things are, these planes. I'm just gonna throw them all in one place. Okay, this and this and this goals and this are like whatever. Reference. Change object layer. Change object layer. So I put that all there. Okay, that's out of the way. And then this one is the offset of the last thickness, reference thickness. So this change object layer, put that there. Okay, this is the low poly, which is my favorite thing that I need right now. Okay, change that there and turn it off for now. This is the last, just high poly, which I don't care for. So this can just delete. And this guy is like something in the bottom, sole thickness region. Change object layer. Okay, turn that off. And then what you do here, you type purge, so you can delete everything that doesn't have anything. Okay, okay, so boom, now I only have what I need. Okay, see, you only really need these 4 things. So boom, boom, boom. But, you know, last low poly, that's our only concern here. Okay, so we got this. We're going to click on it once, and then we're going to go to SubD tools. We're going to convert it to SubD. Convert it to SubD. Delete mesh. Where is delete input? Click on this. Make sure it's yes. Click that. Boom. Now you have it. Let's do another save just in case. So now this is here. It's going. It's, you know, ready for our design purposes. Now, what I like about this is that I can use this to start from. I don't have to start from nothing. So like I can use this base and I can like use these lines to start from. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, copy it, I'm gonna go here, new layer, and then now design time. Design. This is the design. Okay, so make sure you select this layer and then paste it here. Okay. So now we're there with design, and we're going to our barefoot low poly. We're gonna lock it, so we can't click on that. Only click on our design. Oh, wait a minute, it's not there yet. Why isn't it there? Okay. Okay. Right click here, change object layer. Okay, so we can lock one of them. So now we're only, okay. So just to make sure that that's, I'm gonna click on the color and change the color to, let's say, this thing that looks like a last, like a regular crappy plastic. Actually, I don't like, yeah, whatever. Okay, let's just make it that. And then if I turn this off, we have that vomit color. Okay. So let me just delete all the, I don't need this. So all I need right now is like from this line, like that. That's all I need. So because that's all I need, I can just click. I can hold Control Shift, click here, and then double click here. Let me just turn the gumball off for now. Gumball T, you know this toggle. You can just type T. So now it's off. So no more gumball because the gumball can get in the way. So okay. So what I'm trying to do is get the whole edge loop. So click here, double click here. We got that, and then delete. And then let's see. And then this one, and then double click here, delete that. Okay, so now we got what we want. And then this guy, none of this upper matters to us. So we're just gonna delete. Okay, so we go the front. Okay, so I'm just trying to delete that. Let me just move this so I can see what I'm deleting. Yeah, like if you go, you know how Rhino works, right? If you select this way, everything has to be inside the window, but this way, everything from right to left. When it's dotted lines, everything can just touch. Whatever it touches, deletes. Because these two are connected right now, and I don't know how to separate them. But I'll do it like this. If anyone knows how to separate them in an easier way, I think you can do like disconnect mesh of some other command, but that's irrelevant for now. Okay, so let's just go back here. I also don't care about looking at the grid all day, so I'm just going to type grid. And show grid, no. Show grid axis, no. But I do like this thing over here, so I know what's going on. So yeah, that's all. So yeah, hit enter here, you're done with the grid. Okay, no more grid. Save here. So now we're gonna work from here on. All right, it's gonna be fun. All right, one thing that, okay. So I'm gonna bring that line up at some places and lower at some places. I definitely know that I don't want to. So I'm just gonna type tab here to go to box mode. I definitely know that I don't want to cover the toes. Like I want the toes to be free. But I have to do something with the cord. So, and in case I want to put the cord in front of the toes, it's gonna make some cool design. But I don't wanna. I don't want the toes to hit anything. I want them to just like be free, and because the problem when you cover the toes, and I design mostly for tropical areas because that's where I live. You get mold, and when you get mold in your shoe, it's just like impossible to get it out of there. And if you get mold on your toes or fungus, it's a nightmare. I had it for like a decade. It took me to get rid of it. But that's a different story. I'll tell you real quick. After trying all sorts of things, taking medication, taking all sorts of weird things, the thing that worked was I went to the Mediterranean Sea for 6 months or a year, and I ground my toes completely until they bled, until there was nothing left. Because I went to a place I paid, they ground them a little bit. So I kind of got the process of like what you need. So forget paying anyone, skip all that stuff. You can buy a grinder, medical grade at a pharmacy for nails, and you just grind them to nothing. Got to take on that pain, right? It's going to bleed. And then you go to the Mediterranean Sea every day. It doesn't work on any sea for some weird reason. Like it doesn't work here in Costa Rica. It doesn't work. Something about that Mediterranean Sea. It just kills everything. Like it like clears your skin and all of this fun. Maybe there's another sea in the world, but definitely the Mediterranean Sea. Um, yeah, and then 6 months after that, my toes were like beautiful, back, like unbelievable. My wife never believed me. She was like, "This is never gonna work." You know, okay, well, I mean, I tried everything. Might as well try something weird. And that's the thing about me. I try things that don't make sense because I don't try to make sense of things. Just kind of like kind of think about things like, will that work? And I'm like, I don't care. Let's try it. It's the only way to find out. Like, why think too much when you can just try it? That's all. Like, that's why we're alive, so we can like try things. It's sure you can read about everything and do nothing and live in a box and be like, oh, what kind of life is that? It's kind of like that. But anyways, so we got this going on over here right now, and so I don't want this to touch. So I'm gonna click that, and in Rhino, again, when you hold Shift and Control, you can select on elements. So I want to select this point. I'm going to type slide because I don't want it to move from where it is. Oh, I type slide works. Look, slide, boom. Then I want it to go down, but I don't want it to leave this segment. That's why I'm doing slide and I'm not freely moving it. So again, now I'm using spacebar to repeat last command. That's the beauty about Rhino. I love that, using spacebar. Okay. Now notice that this is only going up and down, but if you want to go side to side, you can initiate and then you can do direction here across. If you click on that, it goes, you know, in this direction. But I don't want that. I like what I'm doing right now. But sometimes you need that. Okay, so now along or across. Okay, so I'm just gonna go along the line. Yeah, Rhino makes sense. It's beautiful. Things are like, if it makes sense like verbally in that language, happens to be English this time, then it makes sense. There's no like jargon, you know, professional jargon, which I can't stand. It's like, why even use jargon? Just use regular language. It's the world is already annoying as it is. We don't need to make it more annoying with jargon. Okay, so I like the cupping of the heel here because when you have shoes, I know they accumulate water, and it's annoying. You have to and sand and things like that. But if you don't do the cupping, you just have your feet just like slide in and out. Try it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this one. Now this one I wanted to go that way. So I want to go that way. So this one we're going to type across. Now I don't have to go with my mouse and type direct. I can just, because do you see this underline D? That means that you can type D, but now it's going this way. So I want to go right there. So another thing you can do is, let's see if this works actually. I'm going to click here. I'm going to type move, move. See if I can move this along this line. Okay, I can move it along that line. Okay, so I can move it along. Actually, this is actually a better command because then you don't have to deal with that. With the D slide, whatever. Okay, so I'm just here. Let's see. I want this one to be a little higher like that. And then you know what I do? I just look at this from a distance until this line, this curvature, makes me feel good. Just like when you look at something sexy and it makes you feel good, that's what I do with design. I just look at it and I'm like, that's nice. So let's see. So I went back, where did I put my tools? I thought it was in standard. I thought I put all these things over here, but anyways. So plain set view. Okay. So these guys. Okay, so now we're looking at the lateral, outer side, this side. Jargon. I'm using jargon. Okay. Forget jargon. Outside, inside of the foot. Like when you're standing, you know, you're standing down. This is your foot. This is your foot. Outside, inside, top, back. We'll use regular language so everyone understands. Instead of lateral, medial, metatar, those geeky things. Keep saying geeky things, you're not gonna get any girls, I promise. Or the weird, you'll get some weird girls. Just be cool, be normal, and everybody will like you. Let's see. All right, so we got this. Now I'm just gonna go to sometimes in Rhino, on top of clicking top, right, whatever, you can just type bottom and you go to the bottom. Another beautiful thing about Rhino. Enough Rhino bromance. Now let's see. So we got this. Now I want a bottom. Okay, so let me just go to one of the side views. But because this shoe is not positioned like the normal way, it's positioned where, like if this shoe was positioned the normal way, it will look like this. When you activate gumball. So if this was positioned the normal way, it would look like that. But Mr. Lewis was in charge, wants to work like this, so now we follow him. All right, let's see. So let me just go back to here, and so these don't match, right? The views don't match. That's the annoying part. But anyways, so click until it works, I guess. All right, so I like that. Let me look at the back for a second. So the back is either one or front or okay. So this one, this line, okay, that's good. I like that. And then front, which is not front, which is this. Okay, that's also nice. I like everything right now. So I'm gonna go back to this one. The where is it? Okay, so front is out. Okay. So now we want a bottom. Okay, so let's just draw a line. This is our bottom. And then just to avoid getting rejected, this is going to be a special request actually because it's so low and that's all I'm printing. Also, it's going to cost way less to print and the shoe is going to be cooler and it's just going to look so different than anything that's out there. People are going to be like, but sadly, you guys, people are sheep. We are sheep mostly. We fall for the sheep. So like we go with the trends. Something can be totally ugly, disgusting. People just buy it because somehow it became cool or the person is cool in a weird way. Anyways, I'm all for like actually good and not perceived good. So if you believe in what I believe, like we're golden. Like, beauty is not in the eye of the beholder in my world. Beauty is closer to the golden ratio, golden mean. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Yeah. All right. There's actually like definite beauty. Okay, so now I'm going to use, I'm going to turn on the sole thickening region, this one, because you don't want to be in there like that. It won't pass. So it has to pass this. So let's see how thick this is. If I control shift and I click one of these segments, just a segment, and then I type length. So that's 8 millimeters. Okay, that's pretty good. So I can be 8 millimeters thick. Now I want to be as thin as possible, but not too thin because we want a little bit of a design. So I like where I put my line here, and I just have to stay between that and that. Okay, so what do I want this bottom to look like? I don't want it to look flat, but I like this curve. That's already there. Like that curve, I don't have a problem with that curve. It's actually pretty good. But let me see how flat it is. If I move the ground, like that curve is kind of perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this guy again and just hold Alt and then just move it down like this. So I have two of them. And then I don't need this, so delete that. And I'm going to keep this edge because if I get rid of that edge, I lose the edge flow here with this triangle. I don't want that. I want to keep that edge for control purposes. But I let me see what's going on here. If this is like this, or let me show you something else. This is gonna have some kind of thickness, and I want that thickness to be maybe 5 millimeters. So let's do that. Let's just go back here, click on this, and then you go to SubD tools, and then we go to, there's a thicken one somewhere. Thicken. Where are you? This one, offset SubD. So you offset, And then distance 5. Enter. Solid, of course. And then, okay. So now we have, oh, we have both. Okay. So let me just do a save for now. So what does this look like? Smooth. So this is the reality of things. Okay. Now, I don't want the sharp edge. So let me just, oh, that was an option. But even if you forget and you left the edge sharp, but for now, let me just hide this for a second. I hit Control H and delete this and paste this back. Unhide this. So what I did there, I hit Control Shift and it made all the unhidden available for me to click. Okay, so now I want to go here in Smooth. I'm hitting Tab. I'm going to double click on this edge and double click on this edge, and there's a thing that crease and uncrease. Crease, but right click is uncrease. So uncrease. Is this crease? Add hard crease. Oh, add soft. Okay. Can you uncrease it? What's going on? Add soft crease to SubD. Add hard crease. I don't want crease. Oh, I don't want crease. Let's see. See right click. This is annoying sometimes. What is going on? Okay, let's try to remove that crease from it. Soft crease. Let me see what my options are. Let me just type crease. SubD, remove crease. Okay. That's the other thing. If you can't find the command, just start typing in there and it will happen. So if I type crease, there's SubD, remove crease. Boom. Okay, that's what we want. Okay, so now we're out of that annoyance. So we're a little off from the last, which might trigger an acceptance. So let's just go back to set view, go here, wherever we are, front it was. Or just type the clipping plane so I can see how far we are. Clipping plane right here. So we are what? That's acceptable. That's not bad. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Okay. So remove that. Now, what I want is all this bottom. Let me just remove the this guy for now because I need to select. So take all of this. I'm just clicking now. Luckily, we have a few polygons, so we can do this without losing our mind. Click, 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 click. This is my favorite. I use the starting geometry to design. And now I have something in mind. I don't even need to sketch it because I've been doing this for so many years. I keep it in my mind very clearly. And also, when you practice that, the nonsense of life cannot annoy you because all arguments, all things with people in the real world, you kind of focus on your superpowers of creating and keeping things in your mind, and then you ignore the world's BS and just focus on creating. Okay, so this looks like horrible right now, like piece of cheese or whatever on your foot. We're gonna shape it. This is the beauty. After we do this piece of cheese, we're gonna shape it. All I'm trying to find out right now is if this is good enough to be on the ground or if it needs to be different. And to do that is like from this side, it's okay, but I need to see it from this side, which is one of these guys. So that clipping plane here, clipping plane, you drag like that. Okay, so now it's somewhere in the back. So let's come to the front. Okay, what we're looking for is this line. If this line here is going to be good enough for the ground. So let me just double click here where it says right, so I can have two of these windows. I'm gonna click that down like that. Click this and drag it like that. Okay, so notice that this one has the grid. You have to turn off this per window, but we're not too concerned about that right now. We're just gonna go make this shaded and go to one of the front. Okay, so now we want to type a line here because I want to see exactly what is going on with this ground. So if this is the ground, will this, so this is, I just want to pay attention here, what's happening. Oh, but notice this is not seeing the clipping plane. Why aren't you seeing the clipping plane? Okay, when this happens, you do this. The clipping plane works, right? Okay, so we're gonna turn this into the view that we want. Click here, make sure this is blue. The view that we want. Okay, and then this we can be on top. Oh, wait a minute. Turn this in the view that we want. Where are you? Okay, and then click here, make sure this is blue. Go on top. Now you know the clipping plane. If you want to know exactly where your cut is, you can make it bigger. Now you know where your cut, just like in like regular architecture. Okay, so now we're looking at that line. It's pretty flat. It will definitely work over here in the heel. So we don't roll. We have to make a little bit of an adjustment. So if we're there, we need to go back here and let's make a little adjustment. So what I mean by an adjustment, I'm going to take these lines and we're going to drag them down. We want to see what happens here. So you see that's coming down. Okay. Then we're going to go out a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. This line goes down. Drop a little bit. I know all the shoe people are probably freaking out right now, like, oh, you can do that like freehand like this. You must measure every corner. No, you don't. If you want to die of boredom, you can do that. I don't want to do that. Because guess what? Regular people don't care. Regular people don't care, bro. They just don't care about all the little nuances. Okay, so yeah, so we got this. Now, if you want to make it maybe that cool feeling from the back, you can pull the back out. But no, yeah, why not? Let's just grab that part. If you pull this out, like this, that's disgusting. Pull that out. Pull it out more and out like that. But I'm not gonna leave that pinched like that. I don't like it. Take these two lines. And now we do that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You got this thing that everybody's doing that makes it look nice. It does make it look nice. Look at that. Maybe here's the difference. See it in range mode. Yeah. You see what I mean? Like, that just like, mwah. Okay. Front is giving me this disgusting throw. I can't even stand it, how ugly it is. But you see this point right here? I don't like that one. I'll bring that up a little bit. Okay, like that. Again, this is all you do when you become a little good. You just make these micro decisions. Okay, so this one, I want to bring it in. But then I have to be careful of this thickness. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to bring that in. So let's see what that looks like. Okay. So I don't like this. I want it to be like that. So how do I do that? I mean, simple. You just massage it. Take this, bring it in. Take this, bring it up. Take this up. And then take this whole thing, move it in. And now let's play with the in this mode. Okay, and this is looking good. So let me look at that curve. I still want it to be more. Bring it in. Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah. You see what I mean? Like, look at that. Oh my god. No, that's sexy. Oh, look at that. Wow. That's what I mean, guys. Like, this is all it takes. Just little changes, and we got that. Okay. So we got this shape. Now we are going to do stuff to with cording. So we want to create something that we can either loop things through, but we can do whatever we want now. This is the beauty. Um, okay. So since we're at this point, so from this, you can like branch into so many different designs. So this is the time where you save this and the time to name this file. So files, save as, and I like to use caps. Let's say chord show for now. Chord show desktop save. So chord show, this saves, the name is going to change up there. And then I want to start doing incremental. Chord show 001. Okay. Because I'm going to click on this guy and I'm going to divide it because I need more subdivisions in the geometry to do something. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. So I'm going to click that and I'm going to divide it. Where is it? So you will go to SubD again. Let me go just here. Let me go back to our original place. Remove that. Go back to C plane, set view, top one time, go back here. Okay, now I don't need this line anymore. I don't need this line. The ground is, it's good. It's good. It's solidified. Let me just look at the back one more time. Okay. That looks good. Look, top here. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna click this guy and go. Let me see what this looks like actually. Like, okay, a little bit of copying, more copying in the heel. That's what I want. It grabs this part of the foot and it's all good. Okay. So what I want now is I want to start to loop chords. So I'm gonna click this, but I want divisions. So I want to shape the geometry. Subdivide, and where are my divisions? So there's a place here called, or a button, subdivide. This one? No. Sometimes these things are like so hard to find, but I think it's just subdivide. Let me just type that. SUB. Maybe let me type divide. Divide. Subdivide. Oh, look at that. Subdivide. Okay, more. Okay. So that's the command, subdivide. So, okay. Maybe one more time. It's too many. Now, once you do this, there's no turning back. That's why I say it. Because there's no unsubdivide that I know of. Is there? Unsub. Cannot like reduce. Maybe you can. Reduce. Not reduce. Reduce. Reduce mesh. Reduce. No. Okay. As far as I know, there's no unsubdivide. Okay. So what we need to do, what I want to do now. We don't need to do anything, but we want to do something. Okay. So I want to create some shapes so the cord can go through, but I don't want to go through the shoe because that's too annoying. I just want to go like this, in and out, in and out, in and out. And let's see here. I'm gonna see what I can do here. If I grab this guy, this guy, this guy, these three, and I do. Now this is where Moto flourishes because Rhino not going to do this the way I want it. So click here. Let's go to model. File, export, and we just say to model. To model. Okay. And obviously this needs to be an OBJ and options. Now here's where things matter. Make sure the geometry looks like this. Formatting. It looks like you go map. Okay, listen. My battery is running low here. So what we're going to do is we're going to end this episode. We're going to continue on another episode. All right? Cheers.